Can you tell if these shots came from a phone or a real camera? Believe it or not, every image you're seeing right now was captured on the Xiaomi 17 Ultra. What I've always been most excited about from Xiaomi is their Ultra lineup, especially when it comes to imaging. From the massive 1-inch sensor on the 12 Ultra to last year's crazy 200 megapixel telephoto, Xiaomi keeps pushing camera hardware forward. And now, with the 17 Ultra, they've gone even further by literally bringing Leica into the design, adding Leica's signature logo and even a camera-style zoom ring right onto the rear panel. But here's the real question. Is this Leica partnership actually meaningful, or is it just for show? How good are these simulated optics really? And more importantly, how much has Xiaomi truly improved the image quality? In this video, I'll walk you through my real-world experience both for photos and video. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. As always, let's start with the design. The 17 Ultra sticks to the familiar Android Ultra flagship look with a quad-curved punch-hole display and that oversized Oreo-style camera module on the back. Honestly, this kind of design is probably getting a bit boring for most people. That said, you can tell Xiaomi and Leica put effort into the small details. Things like the textured anti-slip sides that feel like a camera grip, the Leica certified badge, a customized Leica theme, and even a circular button that feels straight out of the iPhone 4 era. But the star of the show on the Leica panel is definitely the master zoom ring. It works just like a real camera ring. You can zoom, adjust exposure compensation, tweak shutter speed, apply filters, and it even lets you quickly launch the camera. Compared to Apple's camera button, this is honestly way more fun to use. It feels like Xiaomi learned a lot from the rear screen concept on the 17 Pro. Now they're clearly designing for emotional satisfaction, not just specs. As for how the ring feels, it's decent, but not amazing. The camera bump is pretty shallow, so it doesn't give you that deep, tactile control you'd get on a real camera lens. Still, if you ask me whether I'd choose the Leica version or the standard one, I'd say this. If I'd already been using the regular model and someone offered me an extra 50 pounds for this classy Leica logo and the clever zoom ring, I'd happily take it. And that's before we even talk about the exclusive Leica One-Shot mode. Every photo you saw earlier was taken using Leica One-Shot. Aside from a few samples that went through Leica's own testing and tuning, none of these images received any extra editing afterward. I'm curious what you think, but personally, I feel this mode delivers a very strong optical character. Leica One-Shot reacts differently depending on lighting and scene. It's not just slapping the same filter on everything. Every time I finish taking a photo, there's this little moment of excitement, almost like opening a mystery box. Take this shot, for example. The 17 Ultra dynamically adjusts grain in the darker areas, keeping details smooth instead of lifting shadows too aggressively and turning everything gray. To double-check my impressions, I also use Dazi, a popular film photography app on my iPhone, for side-by-side comparisons. Whether it was black and white or classic Leica-style filters, Dazi's results just didn't have the same feeling. The uniform noise made images look messy, and simply copying color tones couldn't recreate the mood of the scene. Of course, Leica's smooth mode isn't perfect. From my experience, the end view model sometimes fails to upload, and shutter speed feels a bit restricted. That makes it less ideal for fast-paced street photography with people. On top of that, the selectable cameras are still limited to just the Leica M9 and M3. I really hope Xiaomi keeps expanding this feature. If they do, it almost feels like we'd be getting a new Leica camera every few months. Truly electronic Mutai. So what about the core imaging experience? Has the 17 Ultra actually improved? Even though one telephoto lens was removed and the 4-color system dropped down to 3, which looks like a downgrade on paper, real-world performance tells a different story. The mid to long telephoto now supports optical zoom, and both image quality and zoom transitions feel noticeably smoother than on my previous 15 Ultra. The only downside is that continuous bokeh mainly works between 75mm and 100mm, and when you're close to your subject, the effect becomes harder to notice. Another major upgrade is Xiaomi's LoFiC technology, something they've been refining for years. The 17 Ultra uses the 3rd generation Lighthunter 1050L sensor. In simple terms, this dramatically boosts dynamic range and shadow detail. Honestly, I think LoFiC is Xiaomi's biggest imaging breakthrough in recent years. In high contrast situations, the 17 Ultra produces more natural results than traditional multi-frame processing, and it also controls light sources better. You can see this clearly in night portraits, standard video, and even log footage. For instance, in this clip, can you guess which video came from an iPhone and which one was shot on the Xiaomi? Now, it's true that iPhones currently have powerful professional apps like Blackmagic and Final Cut Camera, while Android still trails behind in that department. But Xiaomi's built-in Pro mode actually covers everything I need day to day. Manual controls, stabilization, LUT previews, it's all right there. You can even record 4K 60 FPS first tries, log internally without needing an external SSD, which makes log shooting far more accessible for regular users. My biggest complaint? The camera app interface feels cluttered. There are just too many features packed in, and I made several mistakes while filming simply because the layout isn't as clean as it could be. Overall, I'd say the Xiaomi 17 Ultra's camera performance lives up to what I was hoping for. If we set aside Leica's headline-grabbing continuous zoom feature for a moment, the side-mounted optical zoom and the upgraded LoFiC system are actually the kinds of improvements that don't really show up on spec sheets. Dynamic range itself doesn't feel dramatically higher, but sharpness is clearly better, and that alone makes a noticeable difference in real-world shots. I personally find the continuous optical zoom extremely pleasant to use. That said, since there's no dedicated telephoto lens, it may still fall slightly behind in the more computational side of photography. Because of that, I feel like the Xiaomi 17 Ultra focuses much more on improving the actual experience rather than just chasing bigger numbers. Honestly, I'd strongly suggest visiting a physical store and trying it yourself. This is one of those phones you really need to feel in your hands. That same experience-first mindset shows up in other areas too, especially the display. The 17 Ultra uses a 1.5K panel instead of a traditional 2K screen. On paper, that sounds like a downgrade, but Xiaomi says its super pixel technology allows 1.5K to perform on par with 2K. From my own use, the brightness, color accuracy, and edge clarity all look excellent. I genuinely can't tell the difference compared to a 2K panel. The software has also come a long way. HyperOS feels far more stable than when I used the 15 Ultra about a year ago, and I barely run into any small glitches now. Xiaomi's system is clearly maturing, and Surge 3.0 is on board as well. App switching in the background feels surprisingly similar to my iPhone. Ads are still a bit annoying, but I found an online guide that shows how to completely remove them, so I'd recommend looking that up if it bothers you. Since this is a camera flagship, most of our attention naturally goes to imaging, but performance is still important. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 Ultimate Edition remains extremely powerful. In my testing, popular games ran smoothly with very little heat buildup. Where things feel slightly less impressive is the battery side. The 17 Ultra supports 90 watts wired charging and 50 watts wireless charging with a 6800 mAh battery. In 2026, when many brands are struggling with battery life while preparing to push toward the 10,000 mAh mark, this feels a bit uncharacteristic for Xiaomi. Still, maybe that's exactly why the 17 Ultra feels like it's rediscovered what a true imaging flagship should be. Instead of blindly stacking specs, it puts the camera first. Rather than forcing in a quad camera setup, it fine-tunes the most useful focal lengths. And instead of chasing massive battery numbers, it leans on super pixel tech to save power and maintain solid overall endurance. This approach might not feel ultra enthusiast or traditionally Xiaomi style just yet, but I honestly think most phone makers will eventually move in this direction. The less they obsess over raw specifications, the more they can focus on real user experience. And that wraps things up for today. The base model of the Xiaomi 17 Ultra starts at 6,999 yuan in China, which is roughly 738 pounds in the UK and about $996 in the US. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.